So I'll Have a Shanty formed as a result of 6 mates who got together. We used to sing in a choir together, and one day we just decided on an off day to sing a few sea shanties. And from there we never looked back. I'll Have a Shanty was formed.
So, well, basically, the name itself comes from the French chanteur, chanter, to sing. Generally adopted that name. Where that comes from, probably lost in the midst of time. However, they generally refer to British naval folk songs in a way that was mostly made up on the spot. And then as they became more into daily use, the shanty man, who was the lead guy on the rope or on the capstan, would lead the songs and make them up for as long as they needed to, really. And then they became known and repeated, and a lot of the stuff used in the songs was to take the mick out of the officers mainly, or the rest of the crew. And it depended on the job that they were doing as to what type of shanty, whether it be a short haul job. If it was a halyard job, say hoisting up the mainsail, they'd do a pull and then a relax on the rope. And then the windlass type of shanty, such as say a roving, is purely just to keep everybody in time. So that it's just the efficient way of doing the job on board a ship, pretty much. Unfortunately, they started to die out at the end of the 19th century as we moved into the 20th century with the advent of steam power. But it's just a nice tradition that we like to keep going. And it's also having a bit of fun.
Hello and welcome to I'll Have a Shanty. Let me tell you about our band members and our shanty names. My name is Captain Kevin King and I play the tambourine. We have Elliot Seaspray, our technical wizard, puts together all our videos. We have Long John Tony Calladine, very cool, very sophisticated, plays a mean drum. We have Seasick Stuart Green, our promoter and our founder. We have Lee Kiss Me Harvey, Mr. Harmony. We then have finally able seaman Andrew Newton, Mr. Bass, possibly the best looking man in the band. I'll leave that for you to decide.
I play the drum in the shanty band, and not all shanties need a drum beat behind them. But sometimes it helps just to drive the song along a bit, as long as it's a simple beat. Shanties, after all, were designed for sailors to keep in rhythm when hauling sail or when raising the anchor. And so, a beat goes naturally with a shanty song, and it helps it.
It's one of those, it came from one of those really huge creative processes, what we tend to do in a band. One of those amazing creative processes that some people are familiar with, known as the pub chat. We went into a pub, somebody poured us beer, and we started drinking that, and that sort of helped with the creative process. And I'm sure it's a creative process that lots of people go through. And having drunk quite a lot of beer, we were starting to come up, what are we going to do for a name? And we wanted to have it obviously something to do with shanties and the sea. And because we are based in the Isle of Ely, one of the band members suggested that it should be Isle, have the word Isle in it, spelt as in I'll, not I will. And then we started to freeform on it, and it was actually, I'll claim it, it was me that said, I'll have a shanty, why not?
Ely, being in the heart of the Fens, well, I like to think it's the heart of the Fens, though I think Wisbech claims to be the capital. It's been surrounded by water for hundreds of years, so if we look back at the original Fens area and the old Fenman, the area is all marshy, surrounded by water where we could only move around on the high causeways. And then in the 1600s you had the Dutch fella called Vermuyden come across, and he started all the major drainage works in this area and actually formed what we call the Isle of Ely, because there's 5 of us live on the Isle of Ely, one of us lives a bit further afield, but if we wanted to go around somewhere nowadays, if we didn't have bridges, we'd end up in the river, so we are on an island. Also 3 of us do live in Sutton, and just a mile away in a little hamlet called Sutton Galt you have the Ouse Washes. Now the first river you come across is the New Bedford, or it's called the 100-foot River as well, and that's actually a tidal river. So if there's got low flows coming down from Bedford, the tide will make its way further up to Sutton Galt, and we'll have a bit of salty, briny water there. So you could get on a boat down there, sail down the river, past Denver, past King's Lynn, out into the Wash, North Sea, and then the world would be your oyster. So you could go and find yourself your own little treasure island from the village. So with our connection with water to the area, and also I think we've got the best, probably the best, what should I say, ship in this area. You may be thinking what am I talking about, but of course it's Ely Cathedral, known as the Ship of the Fens. Been a spiritual home for many people for, again, hundreds of years, but also a guiding landmark for us, especially in this day and age. You know, you can go miles into the Fens and look, and there you see the old faithful ship in the early mornings sailing through the mist. So I think that's where we've got a good stake to say, yeah, we're good to have a shanty band in this area.